Hello everyone, my name is Mike and here at Tech Moon we uncover tech at home and in video. But today I'm joined with Justin from Justin Tech. Say hello, Justin.
Hello everyone, thanks for having me.
Speak a little bit about your channel. Let the guys know what you're all about.
So I love to geek out over tech every single week. I'm into smart homes, VR, and pretty much just all tech. So I'm on there doing reviews, analysis, comparisons every Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I'm located in Los Angeles.
And you guys should definitely check him out. I'll leave links down in the description below. So please, after you've watched this video, head over to his channel because we've done an LG roundup. But today we're going to be talking about Samsung, as well as a few other bits of news that you might have missed from the past week. So the overall arching theme from Samsung's video was mainly focused around smart home technology, and it was centered around the connectivity of all their devices. Samsung started off the event by talking about their bespoke fridges. Now, if you head over to Justin's channel, the LG also did a similar thing with their smart fridges. However, Samsung took a different approach. Instead of focusing on the technology, what they actually did was talked about the modularity of their fridges. And finally, we're going to be seeing the bespoke range heading over to the US. Unfortunately, there's no sign of it coming here in the UK, which I'm very jealous about. So Samsung, if you're listening to this, send one out to Justin so then I can check out that.
I'll have to have you over once COVID's over.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, all those colors, the how you can change the colors. I love color, if you couldn't tell by my lighting back there. And also I talk a lot about colored lighting, Philips Hue, on my channel.
Yes.
Which I know you love. But that's so cool. I want a blue and pink fridge.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Like, what's amazing is the fact that the way that they've designed it and the way that you can configure it is that you can have all sorts of setups. So you can have a long fridge, you can have a top and bottom, so fridge freezer setup, and then you can add to it. And because it's all modular, basically you buy one and then you can get the second lot. Let's say when you need to expand, let's say you're starting a family and you've got kids or whatever, and you need sort of more fridge room or more freezer room, you can basically add them on and it looks like it's one seamless fridge, which is really, really cool to see. It's something that I've not seen any other company do. The Samsung event didn't speak much about the TVs that they've announced, but that's because last week they actually announced them already. But we did get a glimpse of the new Samsung TVs that they're announcing. Now, if you head over to Justin's channel, he spoke a little bit about what LG are coming out with in terms of the micro LED and mini LED technology. But Samsung are doing a very similar thing by introducing their first micro LED TV. Now, typically with micro LED TVs, they've actually been available in the market, but not for the consumers. So this is Samsung's first consumer micro LED TV, but it's a whopping 110 inches, something that definitely won't fit in my home.
Also, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but Samsung has said that their micro LED TVs are also modular, and one day in the future we'll be able to build TVs in whatever shape and size we want them, right? So if that 110 inches isn't big enough, you can, get a 130 inch.
Yeah, and that's again, I think part of Samsung's goal in terms of sustainability. So the same way that we've seen their fridges being modular, so you're not having to throw away your small fridge just because you need a bigger fridge. Same thing with a TV. We see TVs getting bigger and bigger every single year almost, and like 55, 65 inches. Isn't that big anymore? We're talking now 110 inches. So you could start off with, let's say, a nice, small 55 inch and then upgrade to 110 inches later down the line. So you might be asking yourself, what is micro or mini LED technology? Well, for Samsung, this is part of their Nuo QLED line, which basically means that typically in an LCD panel, you normally have a layer of pixels, and then you have a backlight, which is an individual backlight, and that's one large backlight, and then it all shines through. Now, with mini and micro LED, what that essentially does is that it splits that single LED panel into several hundred or thousands of LEDs. And then what that allows you to do is then control each part of the screen individually so that you can have much brighter whites and much deeper blacks. Now, it's not as deep as OLED technology. However, you don't get the issues like you do with OLED, for example, such as burn-in. So Justin, do you love cooking?
Do I love cooking? Yes, and I'm cooking even more these days because we're locked in our homes. And I just made a great Thai soup that is fantastic. So I've talked about SmartThings a lot on my channel, especially in my Smart Home series, which was completely powered by SmartThings, and we talked a lot about kitchen appliances. Now, Samsung has shown off SmartThings Cooking, which shows how Samsung smart appliances such as their cooker and fridges can work together with the SmartThings application so that you can create shopping lists right from the recipe. And you can even display a cooking class right on your fridge, which is so cool and life size.
Exactly, and it's incredible because, again, head over to Justin's channel because LG has done some incredible things in the kitchen, but we can now start to see LG and Samsung really competing in this market. Now, with a lot of us being at home, we're also working out from home because a lot of our gyms locally are closed down. So similar to what Apple is doing with Apple Fitness, Samsung have now introduced Samsung Health Smart Trainer, which basically integrates with your Samsung TV so that it can display your workouts with a personal trainer. And it even seems like there's a camera integration. It almost looked like there was a Logitech camera right on the top so that you can basically follow your workout. And at the end, you'll basically get a workout summary, which you can use to go head to head with, let's say, your friends, and you can even interact with other Samsung Health users. I know for me, Justin, that is something that I would love to see.
I'm all for bringing the fitness at home, especially on your TV, and with that webcam, that sounds like there's a lot of cool features that can come from that. Everyone's getting in on this game, right? Amazon just came out with the Halo band, which I reviewed on my channel. It's a really cool band that has some cool body tracking, body scanning, and tone monitoring. Then you've got Apple with their fitness program. Pelotons are selling like crazy because everyone is looking for new and innovative ways to work out at home. And this is just another example of that. And it only makes sense that Samsung joins the game.
Hey Justin, do you like your smart vacuum?
Do I love my robot vacuum? Yes, I do. It's the Neato D700. Does it have some flaws? Yes. Maybe there's another vacuum coming out that fixes those?
So, funny enough you say that, Justin. Samsung have introduced the JetBot 90 Plus, which is Samsung's all-new smart robot. Now, there's a whole load of technology that's going into this thing, so let's break it down. So, first of all, we get a whole load of sensors. So, it's got microphones, it's got LiDAR and 3D sensors, and it's even got a camera. So, what this allows the robot vacuum to do is not only sense its surroundings, knowing exactly where it is in your home, very much like Justin's smart vacuum, but it can also track exactly what's going on around its surroundings. So what this means is that with the power of Samsung's smart AI and its sensors, it can detect animals in your home and being able to distinguish which animal is in your home, and then be able to connect to your Samsung's smart pet devices to ensure that your pets are well looked after while you're away. They even go one step further, which I've not seen before in terms of its implementation, but it's got a built-in camera, so you can actually use it to monitor your home and also your pets, obviously, so that you know exactly what's going on while you're away. Now, I'm not sure about you, Justin, but my smart home vacuum being able to sort of see what's going on, is that going excessive or not?
Not at all. No, I mean, we put security cameras in many places. We have, Amazon's coming out with a Ring camera that's like a little drone that's going to be really cool and does feel a little Big Brother, whatever. But, this isn't new from Samsung. Last year at CES, when I went, they announced a concept called Bolly, which was this little ball that rolled around that also did something like this, where it communicated with other devices like your pet feeder to feed the pets. One thing that really excites me with this smart vacuum is the fact that it's able to sense its surroundings and know if there are cables on the floor. That's one issue I have with my Neato, is I'll come back to it at the end of the day and I'll notice there's one of my lightning cables like wrapped around it. Or another issue I have is on my shaggy rug in my room, it gets lost. It covers the sensors for some reason, which in my opinion is like a huge flaw for a vacuum. So that's something I think that should be addressed, and I'd love to reach out to Samsung to see if that's something that's addressed with this. But you were also saying that it's larger, right? It's a little bit taller than most vacuums?
Yes, so in terms of the design, what they've done, which I've not seen any other smart vacuum has done before, is the fact that firstly it looks like it's on tracks instead of using wheels, which again will probably solve that issue if it does come across, let's say, a cable that it's missed through its camera. It looks like it's going to be able to roll over that a little bit better and not get stuck. But also looking at the design, it does look taller than both our smart vacuums, which potentially could be a problem for me because I have my smart vacuum going all the way around my home, and a lot of the furniture that I have was actually bought so that my smart vacuum could actually go underneath it. And for me, it means that underneath my bed, underneath my sofa, the new Samsung smart vacuum won't be able to access those areas.
Mike, can I buy this? Is this going to be available?
Yes, so it's only going to be available to you over in the States. So it's going to be introduced in the first half of this year. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see this smart vacuum, which sucks because this looks like no other smart vacuum that I've ever seen before. So again, Samsung, please bring it here in the UK and maybe send one out to me. And the best part of it for me is the fact that it empties itself. One thing that I hate about my vacuum is I got to do it manually. This thing can self-dock and empty itself, which is fantastic. Samsung is a big name when it comes to robotics, and we've seen a lot in CES 2021. However, Justin actually attended CES 2020 where he saw a lot of robotics. So what do you think about Samsung's new robot, the Handy?
Besides the name, do you want a bot handy? Of course you do. Who doesn't? So like you said, last year I did go to CES. There were a ton of robots. This is nothing new for Samsung. They are known for this. There was Bot Chef cutting up some tofu and cooking. And there was Bali, like I said earlier, which was a little robotic ball that went and talked to all of the other robots. What's cool about Handy is it has a set of cameras that can detect objects and its materials to then understand how to pick it up, in what way to pick it up, and how much pressure and grip it needs to pick up the item. It's basically your handy dandy assistant bot around the house. The idea behind it is that Samsung Bot Handy can grab items for you, set the table, or even grab the groceries if you're too busy to do it on your own. Of course, probably with most robots that Samsung shows off, they're proof of concept, and this isn't going to be something that you can go buy at the store. Anytime soon, at least.
No, but I do wish you could, and I wish it was affordable, because the thing for me is the fact that they showed this clip where it took out dishes out of the sink and then placed them in the dishwasher for you, which for me is a chore I absolutely hate. And I know a lot of friends who have got kids and stuff like that, and it is a pain to get them to do that. So having this robot would probably save a lot of arguments in the house. Samsung also showed off the Samsung Box Care, which looks like a robot personal assistant, which has a screen and a camera on it which you can interact with, and it can even help you with conference calls and remind you what notifications you have coming in terms of your calendar. This one seems like a Google Home display on steroids. So just to remind everyone, Samsung does have a second event this week called Samsung Unpacked, which is happening on January the 14th, where I'm sure we'll see a lot of new phones and potentially new tablets and laptops as well. And don't forget to head over to Justin's channel, because we have done a whole video on the LG event where we have discussed some really exciting things that you guys would absolutely love. So I'll leave links down in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video and the next video that you're going to watch, which is over at Justin's channel, I will know if you didn't watch that video, then let us know down in the description below, down in the comments below, if you want us to do this again, because I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But there we have it. As always, look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.